everyone! I'm so excited for our very first Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson by the lake. What about you, Daniel?
Sure, it's cold, damp and soggy. What's not to like?
Oh, quit complaining, Daniel. At least we're not spending the afternoon in a stuffy classroom. What do you think Professor Brindlemore has in store for us?
Honestly, I don't care, as long as it doesn't involve me getting wet.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Page. Because learning the proper defense against most aquatic menaces requires testing the waters, so to speak. Is everyone here? Good. Let's begin. Today will be the first in a series of lessons on defending oneself against dangerous underwater creatures. Our very own Black Lake is home to many such beasts, some more menacing than others. Can anyone give me an example?
The giant squid?
Yes, we have our very own Archaiteuthis ducks, although it's rather elusive and not particularly threatening despite its impressive size. What else might we find? If you're referring to the mer people, then yes. A tribe of Selkies do make the Black Lake their home. Despite what you may have heard, however, they are not a threat so long as you treat them with respect. Anyone else? Perhaps something a bit smaller and troublesome? Meet our resident water demon, the Grindylow. This little beastie might not look like much, but beneath the surface they're rather nasty, especially when a horde of them descends on you.
Look at all those teeth.
Yes, best to avoid getting bitten, unless you fancy a visit to the matron. The good news is Grindylows are quite thin-skinned, thus a well-aimed revulsion jinx will cause them to loosen their grip.
But Grindylows only live underwater, right? So we should be fine if we stay out of the lake, right?
Oh dear, Mr. Page, I'm afraid you're not going to like our next lesson, not one bit.
Swimming in the lake? Is she mad?
Don't tell me you never learned to swim, Daniel.
Of course, I know how to swim, but that doesn't mean I want to jump in the Black Lake. I'm not a fish.
I thought maybe you were afraid to get your hair wet.
Do you know how long it takes to dry this mop? It's a menace, it is.
Well, I think Professor Brindlemore's idea is brilliant. It's a whole other world beneath the surface. I can't wait to see a merperson.
You know they're not the most friendly lot, right? I heard one of them tried to drown a first year just last month.
Really? I heard he got tangled in seagrass after chasing a pet toad.
Whatever. I suppose you're thrilled about all this, yeah?
It's exciting, yes, but do we even know what lives in the lake?
That's what I'm saying. There could be anything down there.
Still, I'm sure it's going to be quite a proper adventure. What's that?
Dunno. Sounds like music. Ah!
I think it's quite lovely.
Yeah, it's not bad. Shall we go have a listen then?
Let's go. Amazing.
Thanks. I'm glad someone enjoyed it.
How do you play so many instruments at once?
Lots of practice. And a bit of magic, of course.
So, these are just enchanted instruments, right?
That's right. But I'm still playing each instrument. Just not touching them with my fingers. It's more difficult than it looks.
Don't mind Daniel. He's always hunting for a trick to everything. I'm Ivy, by the way, and this is my friend.
Nice to meet you all. Name's Calliope, but you can call me Cal. You're students, aren't you? I went to Hogwarts myself.
Really? Did you study music?
Not at all. Played a few socials, sang in the frog choir, but that's about it. On the road is where I truly learned to play.
But you're so good. You must have traveled everywhere.
I've played in more villages than I can count. But then, being a fan of music also means listening. Everyone has a song to share, often something special from their past. I love to hear them all.
My mom used to sing to me when I was little. There was this one song about mooncalves that always put me right to sleep.
A mooncalf lullaby? I'd love to hear it.
What? You want me to sing? I can't even carry a tune.
Doesn't matter. A beautiful song is beautiful no matter how it's sung.
Yeah, but you haven't heard me sing. Besides, everyone loves your music.
I wish that were true. Let's just say the response in Hogsmeade has been... well, let's call it mixed.
Clearly they don't have an ear for great music.
You're very kind, but I'm afraid there aren't enough young ears like yours to keep me here.
Then you should come to Hogwarts. You could play a show for us.
That would be lovely, but I seem to recall the professors aren't too keen on strangers showing up at the front gate.
But you're not a stranger. I'm sure they'll remember you.
Mr. Filch certainly will. He was not a fan of my impromptu performances. I think he still has my favorite gob iron stuffed in a drawer somewhere.
Filch doesn't like anyone, especially not the students.
I suppose Professor Flitwick might remember me. He's quite a fan of music.
Perfect. I'll ask him.
All right, thanks. Perhaps I'll get a chance to hear a few more songs before I move on after all.
Hurry up, or we're going to be late for class.
Sorry, I was just talking to Professor Flitwick about Cal.
Oh, did he remember him?
Yes, apparently Cal left quite an impression.
Good or bad?
Good. Professor Flitwick loved his music. Cal even convinced him to sing a few songs himself, which he said he never does.
If I have to sing in front of everyone.
The professor said he'd ask the headmistress about allowing Cal to perform. Isn't that great?
Wonderful. Now come on, let's get this over with.
Who here can breathe underwater? Anyone? No, of course not. Does anyone know how to remedy that?
A bubblehead charm.
Very good, Mr. Page. A bubblehead charm will provide a pocket of air from which to breathe for a short period of time. What else? Quite right, Miss Vole. Gillyweed not only allows you to breathe underwater, it also provides webbed feet and hands to make you a more effective swimmer. Anyone else? Nicely done. It is indeed possible to partially transfigure oneself into, say, a shark and successfully navigate the depths. I would suggest this option only for those who excel in transfiguration, however, as the transformation can be challenging.
Will we be able to talk to each other underwater?
No, you'll need to use hand signals. And before you ask, yes, your wands will work underwater. Just speak the incantation normally. Come, everyone into the lake. Your assignment is as follows. Swim to the bottom and retrieve a marker, like this one. You'll find them hidden amongst the rocks and ruins on either side of the tall seagrass. Grindylow are also quite common in this area, so be careful and work together. The first to return with a marker will receive top marks.
What about a prize? Professor Slughorn sometimes gives out rewards for the best potions.
I would hope passing class is reward enough, Mr. Page.
Worth a shot. Huh?
This is amazing. Look at all the fish. I don't know what Daniel was worried about. This is fun. Was that a giant tentacle? Maybe I should find a marker and get back. Ah! Oh, someone's trapped beneath the ruins. I need to find a way in. Ah! me. Wait, I know! The hand! I could show them. Oh no! It's gone!